started my illustrious marketing career actually working for public television and public radio. So one of my first awesome gigs was dressing up as Elmo, and I got to be Emily Elizabeth from Clifford the Big Red Dog, and worked on promoting a lot of public television and radio shows. And then I got in really to working more for nonprofits, everything from the YMCA to performing arts, to even starting my own nonprofit. So coming over to Alcova was a little bit of a leap getting into the mortgage industry. But at the end of the day, it's all very similar in that it's about serving and doing the best of our ability to get people what they need and to make sure here at Alcova that the process is as simple as possible. I think the thing that our marketing team can really do for our organization is serve as a trusted advisor. We know our loan officers are out there and they have a lot of autonomy. They have a lot of salespeople coming towards them and telling them, put your ad on our grocery cart, or do this billboard, or do this magazine ad, try this radio thing. They're getting a lot of offers and suggestions for how they can best market themselves. And so one of the things that we really offer here at marketing is trusted counsel. We can really share, we've worked in pretty much every marketing industry. So we know what actually brings in leads, what marketing really serves to push that needle, move that needle, and bring in more business, and what marketing helps build relationships. And so we can kind of look through all these options and offers and really get down to the nitty-gritty and help our loan officers make good choices for how they're going to market themselves in their market. Well, I think the biggest thing where tech is really helpful to us is making what we do every day easier. Our industry is really based on relationships. We have relationships with our referral partners. We have relationships with our clients. We have relationships with all of our business partners. And so tech can really help us by enhancing those relationships. We just don't have enough hours in the day to be able to call everybody and email everybody and text everybody with what's happening in our industry, or with great information that can really serve all of our clients or referral partners. So we really use Surefire a lot to help with that communication, to help our loan officers with that communication. We have a lot of tools in there that help get the word out, whether it be about interest rates or about their own neighborhoods. It's a way for us to have more touch points more frequently with more of our clients than we could ever do feasibly in a single day. We really went through some great efforts in the past few years to really focus our brand a lot more on the way our company really presents itself. And one of the things that's great about working at Alcova is we try to keep it real. And so everything with our brand is really reflecting who we are on the inside. And to make sure that we get that out in our marketing and help our loan officers communicate that, we do really rely on Surefire. One, it helps us automate all of our marketing, which is great because it really is a huge benefit to loan officers to have a library that they can go into and see, oh, great, we've got these flyers. Oh, great, we've got these emails. Oh, great, we've got these great social media graphics. We go ahead and create them in the marketing team, put them into Surefire, and then they're already available. So when somebody calls us or asks us, hey, do we have something like this? We can say, yep, we already do. It's in Surefire. All you have to do is execute it. So it's really a great way for us to be able to keep our brand on focus and really make it easy for our loan officer staff to just go in there and pick from what we have now created a really substantial library of materials. I think the thing that we are looking most at when we're looking at industry trends is trying to recognize how this is going to impact our borrowers and our referral partners. So getting out there and explaining things is really a lot of what we focus on. We try to look at it, I guess, from a 20,000-foot view in marketing. So when they see that, a trusted realtor is starting to get into the mortgage business, we try to be a good resource on what that means for the consumer, what that means for our referral partners. When industry is changing, when we see that interest rates are changing, when we see that our markets are changing, people have a lot of questions. And so we really, I'd say as far as industry changes go, we try to keep a pretty high level view and use that information to talk to people. Most of what our marketing is about is helping to communicate with our referral partners and helping to communicate with our past borrowers and current and future borrowers. They're not spending all day looking at what's happening in the mortgage industry. In fact, they probably don't want to hear a ton of information about what's happening in the mortgage industry. We know that when they come to Alcova, they're looking to us to help them get this amazing home and to create these memories. So we look at what's happening out there in our industry, but most of it, it's really helping help our clients understand how this impacts them on a daily basis. So if we can say to them, hey, interest rates are lower, so that means you may actually be able to buy a bigger house, or this industry thing is happening, it may or may not affect you. We try to just break it down into plain English and help them understand how it's really impacting them. Well, of course, our marketing plans have changed a little bit this year. It did not go as we expected when we were coming up with our plans in late 2019, and that's okay. I think one of the things that's awesome about Alcova is we really pride ourselves on our agility. Our markets are constantly swinging. Life is different, so we can pivot on a moment's notice. Most of what we really focus our marketing on is communicating with our referral partners and our clients. And more than anything this year, we want folks to understand that we are really our client first business. We wanted people to know that we're taking this very seriously and that their safety is of utmost concern and our priority. We let them know, we have these great online tools where they can apply for a mortgage online. They don't have to come in. They don't have to sit down with mounds of paper. We can do this all online now. Of course, we're communicating so much more this year via Zoom and our cell phones. And so being able to really add in a text messaging feature for us about those loan status updates has been huge this year. And we're thrilled about being able to add that. A lot of what we really focused on, or where we pivoted our market, has just been to touch folks, to reach out to folks, to say we're all in this together. It's a little bit of a softer message this year. We're blessed that our interest rates have been great so that people can refinance and buy more this year. That was definitely a pivot for us when all this happened. It was unclear, which way this could all go. But being able to reach out to our clients and say, here's some positive news. Here are great ways that you can make your house a home. These are great reasons to work with Alcova Mortgage this year. So much of what we've done has been focusing on past clients to let them know that with the interest rates going down, we would really love to help them get into a better financial situation. And all of these things were not on our radar when we were initially planning this year, but being able to pivot is really what we do best. Well, we do a variety of marketing, everything from digital campaigns to email campaigns to social media campaigns, and we do a lot of traditional advertising as well as just sort of events and relationship building. We oversee all of that here, of course, with our loan officers kind of on our front lines. We gauge things in a number of ways. Of course, we look at analytics and we can see what our campaigns are driving in. We can see which campaigns are most effective. Again, I'll say that Surefire is an amazing tool for us because we can send out our emails And we hear directly from our loan officers. Possibly the biggest way that we measure success is when we get a bunch of emails right after we send out a campaign. And we hear from our loan officers, whoa, man, I just got like 3 calls in the past hour. I just realized you guys sent out that email. That's awesome. So, we measure success by looking at the analytics, but I think for us, it's really looking at what's happening in real time and what the marketing pieces that we're putting out actually get folks to respond. And I think that we're so successful with that because the emails that we're putting out, they're not salesy. They're not really using that mortgage jargon. They're not about, here, this product is hot right now. It's really about focusing on what is important for our realtors and what's important for our homeowners. We send them out information about their own neighborhoods and their own businesses. So it's really important information that's really all about them. And I think that's where we see a huge win. I don't know if I have a trick so much. I think the thing that is the principle that really guides my marketing philosophy is it's not about me and it's not about you. It's always about the consumer. It's always about the home buyer. And so one of the tricks I try to do every day is really channel my inner home buyer, really think about, if I were buying a home right now, and I'm on all the Zillows and websites all the time, constantly trying to think like a home buyer. What questions would I have? What would I be asking? What would I need to be reassured about? What would make me feel great about working with Alcova Mortgage when I could work with really anybody? And keeping that consumer focus, really trying to think like a home buyer is really what guides every marketing principle, every campaign that we do. We get a lot of loan officers who say, hey, I want to do this thing. And I always bring it back to, okay, that has a lot of jargon in it, or that really sounds like it's focused on what it's like in your world as a loan officer. How can we pivot that just a little bit and really help answer some of the questions or alleviate some of the fears that home buyers have right now? Realtors need from you. How can we shift our marketing, in a business to business way to really focus on what your realtors need to hear right now? If we keep our focus on the consumer, on the home buyer, on our referral partners, I really think that that is the key to always having great marketing, is you're answering their needs and, giving them the benefits of how you can fulfill those needs every day. Okay, yeah, number 1, my treasured coffee. This is a Nespresso blend latte that I consume every morning. Definitely helps with productivity. My mobile phone, particularly with COVID, I am on the road. I'm, homeschooling a kid. I'm in the office. I'm going back and forth. So my phone, everything is on here. Everything, notes, grocery lists, my to-do list for work. So my phone, woohoo, give it up for the iPhone XR here. And then another thing, and this isn't tech, but I'm going to put it in there. Pen and paper. Woo. I'm old school here. I write down everything because I'm hearing and absorbing a lot throughout the day that isn't always going into some sort of database, spreadsheet, cell phone situation. I'm taking notes on what I hear people say. I'm taking notes on a random idea that comes into my head. I keep everything old school. So it's, I use tech all day long. We automate everything, but I still keep a notepad and a pen really, really handy. Because I hear a great idea for a campaign and I jot it down real quick and I'll forget about it and I'll go back to my old notebooks and go, oh my gosh, yes, this is the campaign we need to do for the next quarter. So I know it's not tech friendly, but I still go old school on that. I'm going to say email. I know, again, that's on my phone, but these are the things that if I did not have these things every day, I probably would not survive. Surefire is definitely at the top of my list when using tech to do our jobs really well. We're able to, again, we created this awesome, extensive library of social media graphics, flyers, email campaigns. We have workflows in there. And once we do it once, we can really automate it for anybody in the company. And so Surefire is actually a huge tech productivity booster. We actually use it in a great way to help folks with their workflows, to help keep our loan officers more productive as well. So it's great for us in our marketing department to have sort of a library of materials for folks. And it's a great way for us to help loan officers be more productive as well. This is my award. I was honored to just be nominated. I would like to thank Alcova Mortgage for giving me the opportunity to blend my love of marketing and my burgeoning film career. I would like to thank my fiance, Jason, for always believing in me, and my 3 kids for inspiring me every day. This is for you.